everyone, I'm Marnie. I work at CMCP, normally at our Gooch location. And today I'm going to show you some math activities that you can do at home with your children who are around 3 to 6 years old. You may have a JK or an SK child at home right now, or even a grade 1. And you may be a little bit worried about how you're going to keep their minds busy and keep their learning going during this time that the schools are closed with the little bit of online classes that they're getting. But you don't have to worry about being, whether you're a teacher or not, or how much work that you really have to give them, because we know that those young minds are developing really well when they're doing fun activities and when you're helping them to be engaged in something, having some fun and doing something that they enjoy. So things that look like play really are helping them to learn something. So I'm going to show you some activities that come from the ESO Family Math program, and they are particularly designed to give children the math foundations in the 5 strands of mathematics that they teach in the elementary school curriculum and in the kindergarten curriculum. So you'll know that these are activities that are really working areas of their brain and helping lay down those math foundations and keeping their minds active. But at the same time, they're easy to do at home and they're lots of fun. So remember, math is everywhere and it's all around your house even. So let's explore a little bit. The first activity we're going to do is called the estimating jar. And what that is you're going to put some objects into a see-through jar. Could be an Old Spice bottle like this one here. Could be a jam jar, right? You could use a plastic container if you have one. Anything that's see-through. You want to make sure that it's not so big that the things get lost in it, because what you want to put in there is maybe some snack items. Something tasty, something that they like. And it could be grapes, it could be berries, it could be baby carrots, or it could be some crackers or some biscuits. Now, I don't have any fun snacks at home anymore, so I have just some dry pasta in there. So what you want to do is you want to put anywhere between 1 and 20 of these objects in there, of these snacks, maybe while you're first starting out with this activity, you want to keep it under 10, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to show your child the jar, and you're going to say, can you guess how many goldfish or crackers or whatever it is, can you guess how many are in this jar? And you don't want them to start counting. You just want to show them. And you say, just give me a guess. So what do you think would be the number in here? Now, small children will probably give you just any kind of number that pops into their head. And especially when you're first starting with this activity, they just will come up with some really arbitrary numbers. But don't worry, that's all right. They're just developing, they're learning. And what we're working on here is number sense. So a sense of what those numbers mean, right? So quantities, how much it takes to fill something. We're doing a little bit of spatial reasoning here as well. So if at first they just say 3, even though there's like obviously way more than 3, that's okay. We're going to be encouraging, we're going to be positive, and we're going to say, oh, that's a really good guess. All right? So then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to have what's called a number line. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit more close up. I made this by cutting an ordinary piece of paper into 4 strips and then dividing it into boxes and numbering it from 1 to 20 with nice, big, bold numbers, so it's really easy for a kindergartner to read, okay? And even a 3-year-old. So you would hang it up, you would tape it up to the wall anywhere. And by the way, if you have older kids at home, you can ask them to make the number line, because it's really good to keep them active and involved as well, and that's going to make it fun for everyone. So you have your number line. You're going to give your child a rectangular piece of paper that maybe they could color and decorate and put their name on, anything that they want, right? And you're going to say, all right, can you find your number on the number line? So let's say they said 5, and you go, oh, 5, that's a really good guess. Can you find the 5 on the number line? And if they need some help, you can guide them a little bit, but you're going to put a little piece of tape on their paper and help them put it right in the center of the 5. Just going to make sure you can see that really well, right? And so you can see that that's also touching the 4 and the 6. And so this is our zone, right? And you can explain to your child that when we're guessing, when we're making an estimation, there's a zone where we can call it a correct guess, right? So if it's 4, if it's 5, if it's 6, then they're in the zone and they made a correct guess, okay? Now, of course, you're going to take the stuff out of the jar. You're going to say, let's see, let's count it. And you can put it on the table and you can count it together. 1, 2, etc., etc. And these are 8 pastas that I have here. By this time they may be eating them. That's okay. That's fine. As long as they remember the number. So you're going to go 8. Well, let's see how close that was. So you can take another rectangular piece of paper. Could be, let's say, a Post-it if you have some. I just used this cardboard coupon card that I happen to have. But it has to look different from their piece of paper. And you're going to say, can you find 8? Help me find 8 on the number line. And you're going to put it like that. And again, it's a range. So 7, 8, 9. Right? And then you're going to say, oh, look how close you were. The 6 touches the 7. So it's right next to the range, right here. And then you just really want to be encouraging and ask them a few questions about comparing the numbers. How close are they? And what if you had guessed something much bigger? And just have them be thinking about that, because what that is it's developing their numeration and number sense, one of the strands of mathematics, and it's also helping to develop their data management, right? Because this number line is really a very simple graph. So you're collecting the data and you're comparing it using the number line. And you didn't think that you knew so much about data management, did you? But this is very simple data management, and that's one of the other strands of mathematics. You can also be using a different size jar and different types of snacks when you do this with the children. You can help compare the different sizes too. Like, wow, it looks like a lot in here, but does it look like so much in here? You can move them around. You can say, geez, I wonder how many it would take to fill up this jar. And then you're counting out a whole bunch and you're counting up really high numbers. And you're helping, again, develop that sense where they're attaching those numbers to actual quantities and developing a better sense for it. So you'll see that improvement the more you do this activity. So that's just one of the many activities that we can do with our kids at home. And the other thing that you can do, if you want a little bit of exercise, is what we call a math walk. So take a walk around the house. You could put on a song maybe and say, okay, we're going to walk until the song is over. And this week our math walk is looking for numbers. So walk around the house. If you're taking a walk outside, keeping your physical distance, of course, you can do this outside as well. Look for numbers. One tip is the kitchen is a really good place for numbers because there's labels and there's price tags and there's a clock and there's all kinds of things. And then you can talk about it afterwards. How many numbers did you see? What room in the house had the most numbers? Or where did you see the most numbers? So that's another thing that you can do to help keep their math learning going. And also, of course, reading them books that have numbers or patterns or any of the colors and shapes, all of those things. So we'll talk some more. We'll do some more videos where I'll keep doing some more fun activities from the SO Family Math program. And of course, if you have any questions or any suggestions, please put it in the comments area. All right? So until next time, bye.